Hi everyone, my name is Alisha Sangupta and this is Gaurav Chiame. Welcome back to another episode of the Modern Girls podcast. Today we have a very special group of girls with us. They call themselves Girls Globally. They've designed an app called Silverfish with the sole purpose of saving the environment, and they strongly believe that small steps taken to better the environment can have the biggest impact, which is an extremely incredible thought process to have for someone that's so young. Hi, girls, we're extremely glad to have you here with us today. To begin with, could you tell us a bit about yourselves?
So my name is Sia, and I would say my hobby is reading. And I can literally, if you give me a book, I'll be sitting there for hours and hours without even realizing the time going by.
I'm Lavanya, and I would like to say I have great interest in music and art. I love music and art. I play a few instruments myself, and I love to draw. Like I can draw anything. Just give me a pen and paper, and I'll just.
Hi, I'm Rhea, and my hobbies, there are not many, but I love reading. And I like to play the guitar, like I learned it like since third grade. And yeah, other hobbies include maybe baking, but not really.
Hi, my name is Samriddhi. I like baking and dancing.
That's perfect. So even I like baking. I don't dance. I cannot draw, but I like singing as well. I like music. So that's perfect. I already know a bit about the app that you've designed, but could you tell us a bit more about what it is and how it works?
Okay, so our project is basically an app through which you can give or take books. So if you're giving a book, you go onto our app, you log in or you sign up for an account, after which you can take a photo and upload it and also state the condition of the book. And if you're receiving books, you would go onto the web, again, go onto the app and then create an account or whatever. And then you can check out whichever books have been uploaded by other people. And we have decided the common pickup point as our school library because that would be the most convenient for everyone. And it is also a place that everyone knows and it doesn't invade any of your privacy.
It's amazing to see the kind of ideas you can have, like when you all work together in a group and put your heads together. So, keeping this in mind, what inspired you to create this app? Is there any reason as to why you chose to tackle this environmental problem, or and what is the reason behind the name Silverfish?
Okay, so I was during before CBL was announced. Um, we on the weekend I was just reading an article on paper wastage, and of the next week, ironically, we had the CBL announced, and the teachers and the supervisor were saying to start on selecting a topic. And I just thought this would be a very apt topic because this is something that is a social cause or a change that we can bring. And Silverfish was the name given by Lavanya. So I think Lavanya can explain why Silverfish was named.
So as we're working with old textbooks and old books, we know that silverfish is an insect which lives in these books, and it basically eats the old paper. So we just thought it would be ironic to name the group name the app Silverfish. Of course, like we won't give you like torn books that are eaten by insects, but it's just really ironic and catchy, and we just thought it would be a great name for the app.
Yes, I completely agree. It is really catchy and it's a very creative name as well. So I'm sure you guys seem to have worked really hard and really hard for this app, and you guys have worked together, which is extremely amazing. And I'm sure all of you have like different qualities and different aspects that you have brought together for the benefit of this project. So, what was everyone's role while building this app?
So my role, I would say, would be the glue of the project. I got everyone together to do the work and stick to the task. So no one really wanted to be the leader, and I was kind of forced to do this. But when I started doing it, I realized that it's actually a fun task that everyone overlooks, but it's one of the most fun things to do, just getting everyone together and motivating everyone. So that was my role.
I could say you could say I was the designer of the group because like I basically designed most of the stuff, came up with the name, and like I chose the PPT layouts because that stuff matters to me a lot. So definitely, yeah, that was my role, like just, designing it and just making everything like many stuff most of the stuff looks good on the outside, so like you want to give a good first impression, so definitely that was my role.
I had to like define what our project was really about, and the vision and the mission were like important parts of the project without which we wouldn't really know what we're doing. And like each one had like very different ideas, and we liked all of them, so I had to compile all of them together.
I was doing a little bit of everything, but my main role was to research for the exact data, for example, paper wastage done in a particular year. So we had to get the exact data so our presentation looks more accurate.
That's really great. You guys are seem to be very organized. All of you had something to contribute to the group, or you guys had the right motivation, you guys had the correct inspiration, you had the focus, you knew where you wanted to be. Everyone was doing their role effectively, which is, I'm sure, which is why you were able to come up with something so effective, right? So I think the teamwork and collaboration is extremely crucial to achieve anything, to like execute any sort of project. So that's really great. What were the steps that you took to develop this app? Was there anyone that guided you, or did you have to collaborate with a group of people?
Okay, so at first we didn't really have a mentor. We had just come up with the idea and we were working on it on our own in the Steam calls that were happening for about a week. After which we found out that we were in the top five, and then we got selected for Innovation Mela, where we did get a mentor, and he was really kind enough to guide us throughout the project, and he really improved our project. And if you look at our first design that we made in CBL, it would seem nothing compared to what we have now. And I think it is all his guidance that has got us here, and of course, our teamwork and our love for innovating.
That's amazing. Of course, you need like the correct kind of support from everyone around you, because that's what pushes you to work harder, and that's what pushes you to achieve your goals. I think Ria mentioned this before, but so you guys had a clear vision and a mission statement, so you knew where you were going, right? So your entire project had some sort of a purpose, right? So what do you aim to achieve from this app, and where do you see this going in the future?
So, like, this may not be the main problem we're facing right now, but paper wastage and the loss of trees does contribute a lot to the global warming. And we decided that we couldn't really stop it all at once, but the smallest things we do, like our vision and mission say, the smallest thing we do may have an impact, and we hope to encourage others also to do this so that the impact grows.
The mentor definitely gave us like a new insight on our project, and he told us that it's good to have a timeline so you have a proper like insight of where the group is going. So he made us create like a proper timeline. So first we're going to start obviously locally in our school, where we made GMA library the main point. Then we hope to like enhance it and move on to like more schools in UAE. Then by 2025 we want to get it globally, work with maybe some organizations that could help us with this, because I think this would have a huge impact on our environment and we could actually make a change.
It's great that you guys have such a clear, well thought of plan. So I'm sure while brainstorming, while planning, you must have faced a few obstacles along the road. So I know that you girls had previously said that your first project was nowhere near as efficient as your current one. So what are the challenges that you faced, and how were you able to overcome it as a group?
Okay, so I would say the challenges we faced would first of all would be how like focused we were. At first, CBL, I mean, I'm not saying this in a rude way, but CBL is a joke to everyone. But slowly, as we started doing it, after the first 1 2 days, we realized that our idea actually had some potential, and we really got to work and started working hard. I would say another problem we faced is now that it's COVID-19, we really couldn't design a proper app because we didn't have the proper resources available or the people to contact. Obviously, we are working on that right now, but we really wish we could have done that earlier. We were only able to make a virtual prototype, but I'm sure there'll be an app coming soon. So,
When we first started CBL, we weren't really sure of the idea, obviously. And when we really got a proper understanding of the idea, there was no, like, literally no time left. So everything was kind of rushed, but we're really happy with what we did.
That's great. I really hope you're able to find it's great that you guys were able to gain momentum and gain focus as CBL started. And I really hope that you do find the resources to implement your app, because I cannot wait to see what you guys have in store for us. So it's lovely to see how young you guys are and how much you've achieved with the right support. So, what advice would you like to give to other young female innovators, and what do you think they should keep in mind while making something of their own?
so my advice would be stick to the task. I know I've been saying that from the start, but that's really something that CBL helped me realize. And it not only in CBL, but in anything you do in life, just stay to what you're doing and work hard. Because honestly, if we hadn't worked hard, we wouldn't be sitting here talking to you. And instead, we'd just be just sitting doing nothing because our project wouldn't have gotten anywhere. So I would really say work hard and keep on doing what you're doing and don't get distracted.
And definitely that you should have each other's backs because teamwork is really important. Like, you should never think that one task is particularly for one person. No, everybody can do a little bit of something, and you should always accept each other's insights. You shouldn't be so close minded because you have no idea where you can get like such a great idea from. So it's definitely like it's going to help your project progress, and it's going to really help the group overall.
Like Lavanya said, like, we should really listen to each other's ideas because you never know, like, one small idea that someone gives could actually be the start of something big. And then what we actually thought was the first idea we had, it wasn't as impactful as the idea we have now. And we're really happy that we changed it and listened to everyone else.
I would say just be open to the criticism and the suggestions or the feedback anyone gives, because that could really help and make your project more stronger. If you feel that this project is like at its best, it's perfect, but that one small suggestion could make like a really big impact.
You guys have given great advices. So you guys said be determined, stay focused, work hard, don't get distracted, have each other's back, teamwork, be open to criticism. You have to be able to accept suggestions to better yourself, to better your project. Don't be afraid to share your ideas. Don't be afraid to speak up if you think that something may not work out. I think that's great. That's wonderful to share with young innovators. I think it's extremely helpful to know as well. So, with that, we've come to the end of yet another insightful Modern Girls podcast. I'm sure everyone was as excited as I was listening to your journey. Thank you, girls, for joining us and for sharing your experiences with us. You've definitely inspired someone out there to start something on their own. And I would love to see how far you can go with Silverfish. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank
For
you.
having
Thank
us.
you.
Thank
You
you. Bye.
bye.